Yikes.
All right, we think we're truly live now. Welcome
How
to the show.
live is live?
We welcome to you all. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at the moment. At least we think we are. We don't have David and Nathan with us.
I know.
And so they usually are verifying everything and running the board behind the scenes and all that stuff.
I was just lamenting because they have tennis practice tonight, so hopefully all the sports will end and they'll be able to come help us out.
But it's the new format of the show, which isn't very, very different. But we're going to jump right into the content first, so that YouTube people who just got they have a title of a video that they're looking to make sure that we're going to talk about adults with physical disabilities, and so we want to jump right into that. And so we're going to do that with Megan Ritchey. So let's bring Megan in. Megan, it might take me a second to get your mic up. Here,
Megan.
There's Megan, and there's your microphone. So, hello, Megan.
Hi, Carolina.
and the whole world. There's 2 billion people now who are watching.
Other than those 2 billion people, don't be nervous or anything.
So who knows? After we're long gone, this might still be running around the internet, and
there'll be something else besides the internet by then.
People will be saying, "Look back in the old days, how people used to talk, and the kind of crazy things they used to talk about
in the old days."
But this is Megan Ritchey, and so if you don't know her, Megan is a disability advocate, and she's what I always think of you for, Megan, is voter rights. Like that's the first thing that comes to mind for me, because maybe you can tell us what you did in terms of voter rights for people with disabilities.
Well, I volunteered at our local Center for Independent Living as my school to work program, and when I turned 18, I wanted to have the right to vote, and the Center for Independent Living encouraged me to not just fill out an absentee ballot, but actually go to the polls. Well, before I was actually old enough to vote, I would go to the polls with Mom and Dad and just be there while they voted. And I noticed that the polling place was not accessible. So I had to call the election board in order to get our polling place changed, just so I could have the opportunity to cast my ballot at the polling place.
Yeah. So anyway, so you were successfully talked to them and got some changes made, and that's a pretty cool thing to, and even from people becoming aware.
Exactly.
Of issues in other places, that they hadn't thought of. I'm sure at first they're like, "Oh no, what are we going to do?" But
some of the modifications aren't that difficult, really.
But it's so important because people with disabilities do not vote at the level that people without disabilities, and lots of people say that a big part of that has to do with accessibility and the availability of voting opportunities. So anyway, thanks for doing that. Megan, but that's not what we wanted to talk about today. That's really just an introduction. You're an advocate in all sorts of places. Lately, you've been doing Special Olympics. And what do you call your role with Special? You're not a participant. What do you call?
I'm a unified partner, which means I am on a team with the athletes. It's a lot of fun because I get to interact with them and compete with them, and I get the same medal that they get.
Yeah. So the reason why you're a unified partner is, am I right that, what is the reason? Why would you be a unified partner instead of just a participant?
Because I have a physical disability and not an intellectual disability. And Special Olympics is for those with intellectual disabilities.
Yeah, so they've included you, but you're not really a Special Olympian, or in that sense, you're a unified partner.
Not an athlete in that sense, no.
Yeah, so that's the terminology that I need to get a good hold on. So I lost my train of thought. There was a question I was going to ask you about that. But what's so you and I had we shared a burger the other day, right?
That was a lot of fun.
It was one of the best impromptu lunches in a long time.
So Megan came over to our area and invited us out to eat, and so while we were there talking, I was sitting away from Megan. I was mostly down with the parents.
Because the girls, we were having our own conversation on the side.
Yeah. And,
yes, we were.
And so we're not going to talk about that part.
No, we won't. We'll just leave that to people's imagination. It was girl talk.
But you brought up a conversation that I thought was interesting that we wanted to bring you on tonight to talk about, which had to do with, we were talking about Special Olympics and the fact that a lot of things don't really exist. And so, do you have any recollection of that? Maybe you want to introduce what we want to talk about a little bit.
Right, I was saying, wow, Special Olympics and the ARC provide great opportunities because I have learned a lot as far as helping out with the athletes and having a fabulous time doing it. For me, having a physical disability, especially with employment and some of the issues that you guys talk about every week on the show, there's not those opportunities.
Yeah, so you have Special Olympics, and you have the ARCs that in Allegheny County, in the county that we're in Western Pennsylvania, they call the ARC Achieva. But those are programs that are designed primarily for individuals with intellectual disabilities or developmental delay, and so they help folks get jobs,
right?
Housing, right? All sorts of services, and but there aren't as many for what? Well, there are a couple though. For instance, we're all part of Johnny and Friends, right? And Johnny and Friends,
which is fabulous,
right? And
I
Megan,
could do a whole show on just Johnny and Friends and
right.
what it's done.
In fact, we probably will at some point.
Yes, might get the whole gang together for that one. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes, absolutely.
We should broadcast from camp.
Wouldn't that be? Oh, that.
What goes on Wednesday nights at camp?
The dance.
The dance. So we could broadcast out in the hallway while the dance is going on. But there just aren't many. Now, one of the organizations, though, that I was thinking about is, Megan, would you mind sharing what kind of disability you have, or what's your physical, you say a physical disability?
I have cerebral palsy, and I'm also legally blind, which a lot of people don't know. Unless you actually know me, you can see that I'm in the chair, but you can't see right away that I have vision problems.
Yeah. And so does that mean, is it difficult for you to recognize people across the room, or what?
It is. Actually, I don't recognize people by face. I recognize people by voice.
So with that, that's really where we started talking about where are the organizations that are helping folks get jobs, and that's one of the things that Uniquely the Same's trying to do, is we're trying to be such an organization. But what are the things that you feel like you're missing out on, that you wish there were more services or more opportunities?
I wish there were more opportunities for jobs. I mean, currently, I'm not looking for one because I am in school.
Yeah, so do mention, so you're in school. What school do you go to?
I go to the Altoona Bible Institute, which is a local school that teaches that I will get not an actual degree, but a certificate at the end of many years of hard work to actually be a lay minister.
A lay minister. So that's a lay ministry certificate.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, you know, Megan, we've had so many ideas for how you could participate even in these broadcasts. You know, like you should come on once a month and give us like a spiritual thought. You know, or I was just thinking that, you know, something like that could be something fun that we could do with you as a periodic, you know, like regular part of the show.
Regular guest.
Sure, I'd like that.
And
we would like it too.
So that's cool. So you're doing education right now rather than employment, but you wish there was more organizations that were focused on helping you with employment or helping people with employment. What are some of what are other things that that adults need, or what are the services that you?
Well, my biggest thing is, and I've gotten quite a few through Johnny and Friends, is friendship and community.
I think that's a big thing. The friendship and community seems to be what we all need, but making it accessible and available to, how do you even start having that community connection without some sort of initial connection that happens?
So if you're watching this video right now, please know that we're interested in driving relationship, in providing opportunities and to facilitate real, authentic relationships. We've tried to structure our show so that it's so that it includes comments from other folks, and we're trying to do this in a way where it's not a couple of folks on screen, but it's everyone participating.
We've got a note from Rob saying no internet or cell phone. Rob, can you leave us a message? Does that mean you have no internet or cell phone, or are you not hearing us, or can everybody hear us? Leave us a thumbs up or something if there are some sort of note if you're not able to hear us or you're not getting a connection from us.
Yeah, hopefully our stream is showing that it's working.
It looks like it's working from this point.
And I can maybe pop over if I get a minute. I can go over and look at the streams to make sure that they're running. But so I have an idea. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I have an idea. I think so Uniquely the Same is very interested in this in this concept. We don't have to have some program, some official like government sponsored program, although that would, you know, that'd be good.
Nice, but
what if we just like said, you know, this summer we're going to go to Busch Gardens as a group, and anybody that wants to go, meet us there. We'd be glad to help you. You know, if we could figure out a way to help you get transportation there, but not really something that's like an official conference or something. We just all say, hey, we're going to go down to Busch Gardens and just hang out, or we just say, you know, hey, we're going to just have like a meetup in some hotel. Mm-hmm. And if you want to come and stay over, we got a special rate at the hotel, and there's just, you know, a few of us will be there. So Megan, what do you think of that idea?
I think that would be a great idea. Anytime I can see friends is a good time.
You actually sort of did that one time. Camp was canceled, and you came along and put on your own little meetup, right?
Right. Camp was canceled, and Sam, who has been on the show, and just a bunch of us that are friends from camp, we wanted to get together and still be together, and we got together for one night, and that was a late night, but that was a fun night.
So let's
do it.
I nominate everyone who's listening.
There you go.
You can be your own program director. No, we don't all want to schedule the same weekend in different places. We can work together. But you know, let's say, hey, what if, you know, let's off air. Let's figure out like one that we could just get together. Let's figure out a place. You know, maybe we jump over to Cleveland, or like I said, maybe we get down to Busch Gardens, or you know, some place where we've got some folks. We go over to Altoona and hang out.
I'd be good with that.
Yeah. So so let's try to do that.
I think that's a great idea. We used to do that with my high school class reunion. We decided after the class reunion, 10 years and 15 years, it's really too long to wait to see your friends. So we just decided anybody who wanted to come to the bowling alley on Friday nights, the third Friday of every month. And if you come, great. And if you can't, well, that's sad, but we wish you were there. But it just became a thing. So it was our little...
Even summer to summer is a long time.
It is. It's too long, isn't it?
Yeah, at the very least, we ought to put like a winter thing in place. We ought to we ought to we've got camp in the summer. We ought to do something every winter.
Kathy says, "Hats, car will travel."
Yeah.
Well, depending on the weather we have, that may or may not be possible.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Well, then we just need to go to Florida.
That's true.
There you go.
So
I'm in.
Hey, I don't want to make the video too long, so we do have a game planned. If you want to hang out, if you're watching the recorded version, we want you to know that you could meet us here live any Wednesday night and on Facebook, and we're just hanging out. You can leave messages we're both on YouTube and Facebook. We get your messages, we put them on the show. You can interact. You could contact Uniquely the Same. We'd like to build up these relational ideas and build. We could use our mailing list to invite people to these kinds of events. So if you want to participate, please come along. But now we're going to play a game with Megan, and we haven't really warned her too much about it.
Or me, Megan. So
yeah, actually, I didn't do my game. I usually put the game together, and I failed to get it all together because we had some technology stuff that we were putting together.
You and me, girlfriend.
Kathy says she has a big car, so she could even drive some people to the event. So what we're going to do? Let's see here. My goodness, I missed all the. All my slides here. Oh. We are going to play the Ida KAZOO style folk song game. Name that tune.
Oh my word!
So we put this together in just like 20 minutes before the broadcast.
I'm sorry ahead of time.
And so that's what you get. So Megan, welcome to our world. We're gonna play. So So it's going to be folk songs.
Yes.
And we wondered if there's a generational thing here, even, Megan, whether folk songs that we know are folk songs that you know. So that'll be, I think, even an interesting part of the experiment. So we're
Did you do folk songs in school? Like, did you have music and you did folk songs? I'm hoping
we had music for sure, yeah.
See, there were a lot of folk songs that came out of the hippie movement.
Right.
And so that was a long...
which might show my age.
Yeah. So anyway,
the ones I chose.
So take it away. Let's just like 5 minutes here. We'll run through some songs. Okay. So Ida's going to run her kazoo, and we're going to all guess. Now, Megan, when she's going to do 4 notes from a song, and we want to give people the opportunity to guess. So we won't reveal the answer for a while, but you're welcome to weigh in on what you think it is immediately. Okay.
4 notes, Megan. Are you ready?
Okay.
This is going to be crystal clear. Okay.
And everybody at home play along too.
When the Saints go marching in.
No. Oh no. I think I gave you 5 notes, but whatever.
Give us another note.
Give
us another note. I got it.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
My sunshine.
No.
Well, that's the same tune.
It's kind of close. It is the same tune, huh?
But you are my sunshine. Well, here's what I think it's. This land is your land.
It is.
Do you know that? Do you know that version of it?
I've heard that. Yeah.
This is going to be hard, Megan. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. Oh, I told you I'd break out in song. You cannot. I always break out in song. Whatever.
So Megan, do you know that song? That's the question.
Yes.
Okay, so we're at least in the neighborhood of songs
so that was
she
written
might
by
know.
Woody Guthrie. It was actually he wrote that in response to God Bless America. He hated that song, God Bless America, so he wrote a song, his own anthem, which is.
I wonder if he hated it because of religious reasons.
It was just on the. It was always on the radio. It was constant.
Just tired of it.
Yeah, he was tired of it. So
And Megan, what was the song that you said that it was?
You are my sunshine.
You are my sunshine, my own. Oh, I guess that is a little different. It just has the same first 6 notes. All right, let's do another one.
Okay. Okay. This is so hard.
All right, I have a problem because I looked over and I saw it.
Uh-oh, now he saw it. Now he's going to make
So
us
I
keep
have to
playing.
take myself out of the game for this one.
That's a tough one.
Try more notes. My goodness, don't play the whole song.
I got to give her a break.
Just a couple more notes.
She's my friend.
I feel like I should know that one. That sounds familiar, but
Yeah, see, that one's definitely, is that Peter, Paul, and Mary?
It's Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah. So,
Actually, well, they sang it, but Bob Dylan wrote it.
oh, how about that?
So, can I say it?
Yeah.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The
okay.
answer is blowing in the wind.
So that's a Bob Dylan song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I knew that. Oh yeah, now I can hear him singing it. How many times? Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
Okay, so not only do I break out in song, he breaks out in song too. I'm so
I don't
sorry.
do the best Bob Dylan, but
That's pretty good.
Hey, Selah.
Pretty good.
Hey, come say hello to everybody. Come on.
Okay, you ready for the next one? Come on, Megan, we can do this.
I've heard it.
I think I know this one too, and it's also a Peter, Paul, and Mary song.
Well, they sang it.
Yeah, they probably sang them all.
They did, because they said, they were folk singers.
Okay, give us a couple more notes. That's enough.
You shut me up. I'm trying
Megan, you're going to know this one. Trust yourself. You know this one. Okay, all right, give us a couple more. Okay, stop. Megan doesn't know it. We stumped her. Nobody at home got it either.
Come on, guys.
Or maybe it's just the delay that we didn't see it in time. But that one,
That's
Blowing in the wind.
Yeah, well, that's the last one. I'm behind on comments. Forgive me. I can't sing, hum, look.
All right, but people are gonna. There's Maria got that one, so you can pop that one up.
Thanks, Maria.
Here's the answer. Puff the Magic Dragon. Maria, I don't know when you got it though. I don't know whether you. I would guess that she got it on the second try. That was a pretty.
Yeah, she probably knew that. When I was researching this song, what I found was interesting. Peter Yarrow from Peter, Paul, and Mary wrote this song along with his roommate. His roommate had started to write it on a typewriter, and Peter took those lyrics and finished it. And it wasn't until after he made lots of money on it that he found his ex-roommate and gave him half the credit for the song. So they're both rich from Puff the Magic Dragon. So I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't want to leave out his friend.
Well, he's generous.
All right.
Yes,
more.
he is. Oh, next one. Okay.
Boy, I'm stumped on that one.
Well, if Cal stomped it, must be.
Well, first of all, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, so
Yeah, that puts
you
pressure
know,
on.
that puts pressure on humming into a kazoo.
Do you know that
and
David just came in? Do you know that one? Do you know this song? Go ahead. Oh, I got it. I know the tune. Let's see. Oh, I got it now.
I just blew my brains out. It's okay.
We're way too loud.
Sorry, I'm having too much fun.
I'm going to turn our mics down a little
Please
bit.
do.
My goodness.
I apologize for blowing your brains out.
First try. She got that.
Yeah, she knows her stuff. Thank you, Maria. Do you know this one? Anybody know this one? I almost did the whole song.
So here it is, Megan. I'll give you the title. I'll give you the first few words of the title. See if you know it well enough to. If I had a,
River?
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. But
If I had a
River?
hammer.
Hmm.
Do you know that one? If I had a hammer,
I've heard it, yeah.
I'd have. See, we're in the wrong generation.
I knew it. Megan, you're just too
The
young
game
for this.
is a failure. So we're gonna have to change this to like guess the old fogey song. Yeah,
Maria's
she's right on top of it.
Thank you very much.
All right,
So
now we're playing Can You Guess the Old Fogey Song? Take it away.
Now he's called me names and I don't want to do it anymore.
Do you have more?
Yeah.
Boy, and name that tune. If you get it in 4 notes, you're really good.
You're really good.
So give us another note or two. Those are the same 4 notes.
Good luck. Good luck naming that too.
Da 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 da.
Okay, I'm going to tell you because it's so bad. It's Can the Circle Be Unbroken? Do you know that song?
Nobody knows that song.
Everybody knows that song. Do you know that song, Megan?
Then it goes da da da.
Can
Maybe
the circle
if I heard it.
be
See,
unbroken?
I know a lot of these. If I heard them, I would know them.
You are obviously not a
It's
hippie.
all right. She's not a hippie and she's not a country western
She
person.
probably
So
didn't take drugs or have all sorts of illicit affairs.
hey,
I didn't say you did either. Look, she got Will the Circle. Wow.
she left a big question mark. But yes, Maria, it was Can the Circle Be Unbroken? So she's my...
No, but before the question mark, she wrote
I saw
Will the
that.
Circle. Okay, is that it?
Maria said she got it. So that's it. Isn't that enough?
My goodness.
I'd say that's probably enough.
So we learned basically. We learned a lesson.
Yes, we need to do something because you remember when we did the '90s thing, the '90s trivia. People got it, so maybe we need to
Either
push it up a
80s
few
or
years.
90s, because I'm pretty good at the 80s.
They see.
Yeah.
We just chose wrong.
All right. Well, so tune in next week. We'll have a new game, and it won't be the old fogies.
Okay.
I remember when we played the game where we misheard lyrics and you didn't know any of the songs. So this one. So what we've learned is there's a gap.
This may not be the best game.
Megan, we're going to close off from our YouTube channel. We want you to hang on, but we are going to say goodbye to our YouTube folks.
Hi, YouTube.
For now. You can pop over. Let me see here. How do I bring up the YouTube? Goodbye. The goodbye notice. Here we go. So Megan, hang on. We'll be right back to you. So if you're on YouTube, the show's comes to an end here because we're just trying to fill the content that's exactly what you came here to search on. And so we're going to say goodbye to you. You could go over to Facebook, watch the But Wait, There's More show, or you can listen to other recommended videos that are down in the description. Yeah. Please subscribe and hit the bell. It probably doesn't do anything on anymore on YouTube, but you can still do it. It makes you feel good, you're supporting us. But what you really need to do is interact, leave some messages, and we'd love to see you back next week. But we're going to say goodbye to you. Thanks for coming by, Facebook people. We're going to hang on for the But Wait, There's more show. But we'll see you next time on YouTube.